Thornton Dragoo. But Stewart is 6'7", 230, and he moves well inside. A lot of bulk, plays very strong. He's another dominating player, the leading rebounder in the state coming into tonight's game. So you're going to see speed against power.
You bet. Contrasting styles. Let's have Dan gaze into the crystal ball. Let's check out the keys to victory. First for Thornton, what are they going to have to do tonight?
Let's look at the keys for Thornton to win tonight. First one is they're going to have to play an up-tempo game. They're going to press full court. They're going to try to speed the tempo up to try to take away the big play of Northglenn's inside people. The other thing is they're going to need to neutralize Northglenn's big men. And the last one is, as we mentioned, they're going to have to control Stewart. He's the key. If North can get the ball inside, it's going to be Northglenn's night. Thornton needs to deny that inside play. Let's take a look at Northglenn and see what they're going to need to do to take care of Thornton. They're going to need to control the tempo. They want to slow it down and play their style of game. Really a half-court game, get the ball inside where they have the power and the strength. Next thing is, they're really going to have to dominate and control Gonzalez. They can't let him get away. And the last one is they have the size and they need to dominate the inside play.
All right, Northglern looking to cement their hold on first place. Thornton looking to derail that ride and improve their own title chances. We'll get to the game after this timeout.
And number 52, Mike Mestis. Now introducing the starting lineup for Thornton. At forward, number 10, Maurice Mean. At forward for Northglern, number 40, Matt Holstrom. At the other forward for Thornton, number 30, Trent Oney. At the other forward for Northglern, number 30, Tom Dragoo. Another forward for Thornton, number 40, Neil Campbell. At center for Northglern, number 50, Jeff Stewart. At guard for Thornton, number 12, Dave Sanders. At guard for Northglern, number 22, Lee Peters. At the other guard for Thornton, number 14, Billy Gonzalez. And at the other guard for Northglern, number 24, Damon Berry. Head coach for Thornton, Lauren Lutz. Head coach for Northglern is Dale McCoy.
Thornton and Northglern both introduced. We're about ready to get this one underway. Thornton coming into this game 7-2 in the league, 10-3 overall. Northglern 8-1 in the league and 12-1 overall. Northglern just upset this past Tuesday to Pooter. Be interesting to see how that loss affects them. They were rated 4th in the state coming in. And again, 8-1, and they beat Thornton the first time around 69-59.
Again, we're going to see the big fella right there, Jeff Stewart, the leading rebounder in the state, coming into the night's game, averaging 18 points and 12.5 rebounds.
That's a wide body. If there ever was such a thing, if John Madden ever did an all-Madden team for high school, I think you'd find Jeff Stewart there. He looks like the prototype.
He really does. The wide body in the middle, but it doesn't stop there. They also have Dragoo, and they call him the Goo, and he's 6'8". He'll play one side. And then they have Matt Holstrom, the 6'4" junior, who's a power forward. On the other side, you're looking at a lot of quickness in Gonzalez and Means.
Well, Stewart, as you would expect, controls the tap, but Northglern a decided height advantage. It's almost, these teams are totally opposite in the way they approach. Here's one of the ways that Thornton wins so many games. That pressure defense, they are very quick. Dave Sanders scores the first points of the game off the turnover.
Just like that, they use the quickness. They also put a center fielder in the middle. He'll play that inbounds pass until he gets there. That's Billy Gonzalez.
You would think at the high school level, maybe one kind of press, maybe two kinds of presses are enough, but Thornton uses 11 different presses, and we'll probably see them all tonight. Here's
how they move.
Stewart on the baseline, hits the jumper.
Just that quick. Big Jeff's on the board. They call him Fatty. All 230 pounds of him.
Billy Gonzalez, number 14, fine all-state football player for the Trojan
Touch
team.
it.
Not a bad basketball player either. 21-point-a-game average. Hits the three. It's 5-2.
Also averages almost 3 steals a game, 3.5 steals a game. And that's a key right there, Bruce. Northglern forced to take a timeout early in the fourth and early in the first quarter. They only have 4 games, so now they're only going to have 3 left. And if this game goes down to the wire, you need those timeouts at the end.
Talking to head coach Dale McCoy, he said for his team to win, they got to hold Thornton down to 60 points. And as you mentioned, play the slow down game. They can't afford to get into a run and gun type play that Thornton does, or it's going to be trouble.
Also, the other problem is if Thornton gets on top, they can afford to dictate the tempo of the game, because then Northglernn has to play that catch-up style of basketball. We might mention that tonight we will have our American Cablevision Player of the Game, and our Cablevision Player of the Game will receive a free meal from Jim's Burger Haven. 1 large double meat cheeseburger, 1 fry, and 1 large soft drink.
Not to mention the ubiquitous American Cablevision mug.
Look at Gonzalez. And who's the big guy? Look at that. At 6'7", 230, they drop it in the backcourt to Stewart, and he brings it down.
Northglernn will use Barry and Stewart to help break that press. Here's Dragoo. Nice little move to get away. Puts up the shot. That one no go. And Means, nice job of boxing out Stewart. Off the turnover, though, Northglernn gets it back, and that's Lee Peters.
Let's see what the call is.
Gives us a good chance to name tonight's officials. Dave Piccone and Bob Gracie working tonight's game. 6:35 to go. We're at Northglernn. Big front range encounter.
There's the Goo Man as he picks up his first 2 of the game.
Dragoo averages 10 a game, 1 of 3 in double figures for Northglernn. Both these teams balanced scoring. Thornton, led by Gonzalez, is 21, but Joel Voss, who come off the bench, the 6th man, he's got 14, and Dave Sanders with 10.
Now we see Northglernn applying a little pressure of their own. They're playing that zone. It looks like a matchup. They're moving very well. And, of course, Northglernn trying to go with the cross-court pass. Throws it out of bounds. So, again, those turnovers are key, Bruce.
Holstrom throws it into Barry. What an athletic family Barry's from.
No doubt about it. The name sounds familiar. That's because his brother Jay was an all-state player at Kent, Denver.
Good football. Good ball movement, and on the payoff, 22, Lee Peters gets the bucket. It's 6-5 Northglernn with their first lead.
Look at Stewart go up and grab that one.
Now, Maurice Means had his shot rejected by Stewart, and Stewart hustling back down the court. Long pass to Dragoo, and I tell you, he was the only one that could have saved that one.
Dragoo, long and stringy. They call him the Goo Man. Holstrom, 6'4", junior.
Dragoo tried to dish it back to Stewart, went off his hands and out of bounds. It'll be Thornton's ball.
As we were saying, if the name Barry sounds familiar, that's because his father, Odell, played for the Broncos, and his brother is playing at Washington.
Here's Gonzalez again from 3 range. Doesn't get it, but draws the foul on Damon Barry.
And that's not a good foul when he's shooting it from 3-point land.
You may notice that nobody else in the Thornton team outside of Gonzalez is at the free throw line. The reason for that, talking to Coach Lutz this week, he's the only team in the state that does this. He feels his team is so small anyways, they're going to have a better chance at stealing the ball off the press. And what they're doing right now basically is deciding which one of those 11 presses.
They'll step into the lane, and Gonzalez misses his first one.
What about that kind of strategy, Dan? I've never seen that before. I mean, quite interesting.
Well, it is a little bit. I think it's somewhat distracting to the other team. And Gonzalez missed them both. Might be a little distracting to your own team.
6-5 it stays. Northglernn in front. And they get it into the front court rather quickly. Here's Peters dishing it off to Stewart. Tried to get it inside to Dragoo, cutting across the corner, and whistled for the foul. Will be number 40, Neil Campbell.
Northglernn had run off 12 in a row before they suffered that big loss to Pooter up in Fort Collins. It's a tough game at that, and of course the head coach for Northglernn is Dale McCoy, and he's had a tremendous career. He's been coaching basketball for 21 years. Head coach at Columbine and Arapahoe, had success at both schools.
Here's Barry, now Peters. Dragoo working against Campbell, decided height advantage there. Northglernn goes 6'8", 6'7", 6'5" across the front line. Thornton a straight 6'2".
Northglernn starts 3 seniors and 2 juniors. The juniors, Holstrom and Barry.
Here's Peters going inside, forced the shot off too hard off the glass. We got a whistle.
You know, here they work. There's a good shot of Lauren Lutz, and I'll tell you, he's an interesting young man. Played high school basketball, where he's a 2-time All-State player at Alamosa High School for Dwayne Lewis. Went on to claim All-American honors. And then he went on to play at the University of North Carolina for a year, University of Nevada, Las Vegas, and then he finished up 2 years at Adams State. So he's traveled a little bit, but he's played for some pretty good coaches, Bruce.
I would say Dean Smith, Jerry Tarkanian, don't get too much better than that. Not to mention, within the state, he served as an assistant at Alameda to Alameda's fine coach Dwayne Lewis, who recently picked up his 300th victory this season.
So he's been around a lot of winning coaches. We might mention that Voss is in the ball game for Thornton. He adds a lot of quickness.
And some scoring punch. Joel Voss, a 14-point-a-game score. Here comes Oni going all the way. Puts it up, can't hit the layup.
That was a tough call. Looked
and
like he
Stewart
was grabbed on the arm.
Holstrom working baseline, cut off by Means. Now back out to Barry. He'll take it for 3.
The cool customer, Barry, who drops it in.
Barry's got 3, and Northglernn has opened up a 4-point lead, 9-5. Sanders has it stripped by Peters. Back to Barry, and he'll draw the foul. Oh, traveling the call.
I'll tell you, though, Northglernn is so quick. And then you look at how quick Thornton covered that one. Had the turnover, the good reach in by Lee Peters, who's an outstanding football player. Handed it off to Barry. Oh, what quickness out on the floor.
Maurice Means taking a seat, and back in Neil Campbell. Oni, long cross-court pass to Gonzalez. He'll drive the lane, put up the jumper, off. Oni battling for it, rebound comes down to Stewart. Long pass ahead to Peters, knocked out of bounds. It'll still be Northglenn's ball with 3:09 to go in the opening quarter. It is 9-5 Northglernn.
Good shot at Dale McCoy. As we mentioned, successful coaching at both Columbine and Arapahoe. In his second year at Northglernn, he's really turned the program around very quickly. Bruce, here they are leading the Front Range League in just his second year.
4-15, 5-14 seasons have preceded this one, and they have really turned things around. I asked Coach McCoy earlier in the week if he thought coming into this season he had the talent, and he's been pleasantly surprised, to tell you the truth. He knew there was some talent there, but what they've done this year has kind of exceeded what he thought.
Oh, yes! Nice inside play.
Rob
Levin comes in off the bench, a 6'3" senior forward.
Good by Rob Levin.
Let's take a look at that. That's Stewart with the outside jumper. Levin, little turnaround, foul. That's just a size advantage. Good job inside. And as we mentioned, that's one of the keys for Northglernn, is to dominate that inside play.
Levin's free throw off, but again, there's Dragoo with the rebound. He'll slip, ball goes out of bounds, it'll stay Northglernn.
The goo man.
11-5, Northglernn in front after trailing 5-2 early, so they've scored 9 straight points and a 9-0 run here.
Nice left.
Lee Peters on the payoff on the nice pass from Stewart. It's 13-5, and Thornton is the one who's having problems.
You know, they're feeling the pressure from Northglernn. That's unusual. And Lauren Lutz is forced to call a timeout with the score 13-5. I'll tell you, Bruce, a little bit turning the tables. Northglernn applying some pressure of their own to Thornton.
13-5 Northglernn on an 11-0 run.
And there is Lutz, as we mentioned. He has played and assisted some very successful coaches. And you can see he's a little bit upset. Coming into tonight, they needed that ball game. 2 losses, just 1 game behind Northglernn. And he's just coming off the sick roll as he was in bed yesterday. But he doesn't look too unhealthy there.
Well, he's making his point, that is for sure. He's got to do something. 13-5, 2:42 to go here in the opening quarter. American Cablevision has a special offer for current customers. Order HBO Cinemax or the Disney Channel and save 50%, that's right, 50% or more off the regular connection fee. Connect for $12.50 or less. Call American Cablevision at 450-2200 to order and for more information. Here's Dragoo, has it stripped, and now here comes Thornton. Joel Voss in the lane, puts it up and counted.
Oh, what a move by Voss. Crossed over, went to his right, and then dipped it off the glass with a sweet left hand. And you can see why Lutz brings him off the bench. He's a good six-man. He picks up the pace. Great defensive player. That's Joel Voss. He leads the team in steals with 40. Averaging 13.9 off the bench.
He completes the three-point play, so it's 13-8 now. Thornton back to within 5. And again, look at that. Stewart, 6'7", bringing it up. Leaves it off for Barry. Barry had a notion to shoot, then decided against that as Gonzalez over to cover him. Dragoo, nice move to get around Oni. Put up the shot, drew the foul.
Took the ball right down the lane and just used his size. Lutz standing up calling for a travel. But again, Northglernn recognizing the mismatch and going right to the glass.
Dragoo averages 10 a game. First trip to the foul line tonight for Tom Dragoo.
Dragoo looking to attend Fort Lewis. One of his most memorable experiences in basketball was playing in the All-American, against an All-American in the Arizona BCI tournament this summer.
Well, Dragoo rainbows the first one in. Yeah, nothing but net. It is 15-8. Thornton trailing by 7.
Oh, my!
And Peters just picked him clean and then blew the shot. Back comes Thornton. Here's Voss again. Nice pass to Oni. Puts it up and in.
Yes.
Oh, an offensive foul on Oni. And Lauren Lutz is beside himself.
He is, and he immediately looks at Coach McCoy as if to say, hey, what's going on? Oh, what a drive. You could see it. Make your own call. Did he have the position?
Barry back into the front court, dishes it off nicely. The shot rolls around, comes off. There's Stewart again battling for the board. Ball knocks out of bounds. It'll be Thornton's ball.
There comes a call right back the other way against Stewart, who is going up strong for the ball.
Second foul on Jeff Stewart. Stewart, by the way, picked up 26 rebounds in that loss to Pooter, in addition to 18 points, so it certainly wasn't his fault. And over and backs.
Last year against this Thornton team, Stewart had just an outstanding game, 37 points and 17 rebounds.
Minute 30 to go now. Opening quarter, 15-8. In case you've just joined us, Northglernn, after falling behind early 5-2, went on an 11-0 run and has been in command ever since. They lead at 15-8. Here's Levin.
Lauren Lutz, the coach for Thornton, is telling him to stay back. He doesn't want him to come out and play this cat and mouse game with Northglernn.
Barry has it. Barry, Gonzalez, and Barry. That's an interesting matchup. Watch that one all night long.
There it is.
Here comes Sanders again. Great anticipation. Puts it up and in.
Dave Sanders with 30 steals. Give him another one right there. Averages 10 points a game.
Sanders has 4. Thornton back to within 5. Oh, I tell you what, Gonzalez and Sanders are two of the quickest guards I've seen in the state. Scramble, and Oni comes away with it for Thornton. Another turnover. And now a foul.
I tell you, they are just like bees stinging you everywhere. They're that quick.
Trojans average forcing 20 turnovers a game. And again, you see it, just Oni, this solitary Trojan at the line. Everybody else over on the sidelines with Lauren Lutz.
Oni is also a soccer player.
Hits the first one.
Shoots a little bit of a rainbow himself, much like the goo man for Northglernn. And Coach McCoy takes Tom Dragoo out of the game.
Matt Holstrom in. Second one underway. That one bounces out, and Stewart skying for the rebound. And Sanders, oh, that's a great play by Dave Sanders, all 5'10" of him.
That young man can get up, though. He may be 5'10", but he is up in a hurry.
For Thornton, a chance to cut it to 2. From the corner, Sanders' shot's going to be way short. Make that Voss's shot. And Stewart, one of the easier rebounds. He'll ever corral. 15 seconds to go, opening quarter. Holstrom at the key, looking for somebody to dish it to. Gets it inside to Stewart. Turnaround in the lane, puts it up and in.
And that's just called a bunk move. Stewart does a good job posting up. He controls the ball.
Gonzalez off the mark. We have played one here at Northglernn High School, and the hometown Norsemen in front, 17-11.
I'll tell you, this is just... But inside, it is warming up. One of the better rivalries in the state, Northglernn and Thornton. As they go at each other in every sport, you can expect a big crowd as the community really comes out and supports these high schools.
Don't even press your luck. I can tell you over and over, but it won't be enough. Some say it ain't cool, but that's irrelevant. Don't be a fool. Say you don't need it. You must be crazy. A lot of other people thought they knew it happened to them, and it can happen to you. So buckle up. Hey, yo, we all wear our safety belts.
I didn't.
Well, we played one in the books here, 17-11 Northglernn. I think the biggest surprise for me, at least that first quarter, Dan, is the fact that in the early going, it seemed Northglernn was causing as many problems for Thornton as Thornton was for Northglernn.
Yeah, I think they turned the tables a little bit. They came out with that zone defense and played pretty good pressure, and then they tried to put some pressure on bringing the ball up the floor. That's a tough call right out of the chute against number 32, Nate McBride.
McBride into the game, a senior guard for Northglernn. And Joel Voss at the free throw line. Thornton in the bonus.
Voss averaging 14 points a game. And there's an example, though, Bruce, of if you had somebody on the line, you would have had that ball.
Well, that Gonzalez a foul.
Foul number 14, Billy Gonzalez.
There's Damon Berry, the all-conference wide receiver. He'd like to go on and play major college football. Still has another year to go, just a junior. He's the quarterback of this team.
Damon Berry on the line.
You know, I say that, but I sometimes wonder if Jeff Stewart is not the quarterback of the team, as Coach McCoy asks Fatty to do a lot of things for this Northglernn team. Look at the quickness.
Voss. Boy, is Voss ever quick. Oh, my gosh.
Zoom.
And back comes Thornton at the stop, or Northglernn. Rob Levin going to get 12 for the technical for hanging on the rim.
Let's see what they call. Basket should be good. Good shot of the crowd tonight. Look at it. Here it comes. Boom! That's why they have those snapbacks. That's a tough call. I'm not sure if that was really hanging on the rim or he was just power dunking.
Well, they're going to count the basket, but the technical against Levin. Levin with 4, 19-13 our score. And Laura Lutz says, Billy Gonzalez, you're my man to shoot it.
Gonzalez has struggled a little bit at the line.
0 for 2 tonight. Gonzalez now with 4 points.
Averaging 21 points a game. Nice rotation. Confident young man going on to Colorado State University to play defensive back for Earl Bruce and the Rams. All-state as a defensive back.
Trojans back to within 4 points. They'll get the ball in the throw-in, so a chance really to have a 4-point play here. They can convert.
Back court. They missed it. Back court.
Credit the Northglernn defense. Barry and McBride double teaming there.
No, I'll tell you, it's kind of interesting. Northglernn coming out a little pressure of their own. It's really thrown off Thornton. I don't think they maybe anticipated or maybe didn't anticipate there would be such a great pressure defense like they're putting on.
Holstrom in the corner, gets it back out top to Lieben. Now inside to Stewart. Nice ball movement by Northglernn, and on the payoff, it's Stewart.
Hey, Stewart's quick. He may be 230, but he turned the corner on that one.
Oh, that looked good. I want to see that one. They're going to call Stewart for the foul.
Hey, that's a tough call. That's his third foul. That is a big, big call. We'll get another shot of that. I don't think Stewart got him from behind. I think Gonzalez maybe was taken out in the front. And there goes Fatty. Jeff Stewart, leading scorer and rebounder on this team, leading rebounder in the state with 12.5 rebounds a game. McBride goes out.
I know Fatty's his nickname, but I'd still be careful about calling him that.
That's what he told us. That's Mr. Fatty.
Lee Peters back into the game, 22. Here's Gonzalez. He's hit 3 in a row now after missing his first 2. He's 3 for 5 from the line, and Thornton clawing back in, 21-16.
Boy, they're right there. That is a big, big play with just 1:08 to make that 7:08 to go in the half.
And Maurice Means out and back in, or Maurice Means back in, and on the turnover again, Gonzalez will score it. 21-19.
Look at that, another one. Oh, my. Damon Barry with quick reactions points automatically that it's their ball. Good job by Damon Barry as he picked one up there.
But the Trojans continuing to put on the pressure.
Look at Gonzalez, good position. You can see why, oh my, you can see why he's an all-state defensive player.
A lot of talent in those 2 uniforms right there. Yes. Barry and Gonzalez. Here's Holstrom from 3-point range. That, I think, is a little further out, and McCoy would like Holstrom to be shooting. 21-19.
I agree with you, Bruce. That's not his range. It's 6'4". He might want to take a look at that. When you're on a roll, but when the game's 21-19, I think you want to take your time and try to take advantage of the power that you do have out on the floor.
Now Northglernn will get a foul shot out of this. Thornton's number 20, Joel Voss, charged with the foul. That's his second. So at the line, shooting a 1-on-1 will be Tom Dragoo. That one rolls out, and here comes Thornton.
Boy, they get the ball up the floor. Good hands, though.
Dragoo comes away with it. I was going to say Littleton's got a very fine transition team, but I'm going to say Thornton is about as quick as Littleton has been. 6:12 to go, 21-19 our score. And again, Billy Gonzalez, he has been red hot as of late at the line. Hit his last 4, he's there again. He's got 9 points in the game.
Averages 21, and you can see the way he moves on his feet. He's so cat-like, anticipates very well, and it doesn't have that size, but you can see it when time CSU gets done with him by his senior year. He's going to be a tough competitor for the Rams.
Gonzalez converts. Fine tradition of sports excellence here at Northglernn. One side of the wall, as you can see a little bit of it there, but just covered with various district league championships. Northglernn has won in all the various sports.
Number 40, Neil Campbell back in.
21-21 our score.
Neil Campbell back into the ball game for Thornton.
Lee Peters bringing it up. Gonzalez again now taking Peters.
Boy, these kids move. I tell you, they are so quick.
If they aren't the best conditioned team in the state, they're certainly in the top 2 or 3.
I'll tell you, it really would be fun to watch Littleton and Thornton go at each other, Bruce, because they're both so quick and they move the ball so well up and down the floor. I could see both teams breaking 100.
Neil Campbell coming out. Exactly 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. Levin hits the first.
Levin with a 3.1 grade point average. Very interested in playing football. Levin's hobbies, believe it or not, are collecting baseball cards.
Hits them both.
And the scorekeeper comes flying over the table, yelling out, "No clock, no clock." And both teams go to the bench.
It's interesting to know, I don't know if it was just perfect timing, but he didn't say anything until Northglernn had the 2 points on the board. And it wasn't registered, so it's 23-21.
Well, this is the home court of Northglernn.
That is right.
Those things happen occasionally.
So we'll take a break in the action here as they try and get things sorted out here as far as the time. It is 23-21, Northglernn in front.
While we have the opportunity, you might mention we will select an American Cablevision player of the game who will receive a free meal from Jim's Burger Haven. Jim's Burger Haven is located at 595 East 88. That's right, 88th and Pearl right here. Oh my, what a move by Voss.
Tell you what, Joel Voss has a total disregard for his body. He just goes in there and doesn't care who he hits.
I'll tell you what, Gonzalez is quick, but Voss is real quick. This young man can motor. Remember, he comes off the bench averaging close to 14 points a game and 40 steals so far this season. Rim rattler. Nice touch. If you're a young player, watch his follow through. Nice shot of the crowd tonight, Bruce.
Tell you what, those people that you see there have got to love basketball on a night like this. Absolutely horrendous weather outside. I counted 15 to 20 cars that were sitting off the interstate when I drove up.
Oh, I know.
Voss hits them both. It's 23-23. And Northglernn quickly into the front court. Holstrom, triple team there. Gets it away. Here's Lee Peters.
You have to remember that Thornton does not have a player on the floor right now bigger than 6'2". Peters
has got 6 on 3 for 3 shooting.
Uh-oh. Dragged a foot, no call.
Sanders almost dragged a foot. Here's Gonzalez right in front of us. Northglernn in a man-to-man. Sanders in a bit of trouble, gets it away to Gonzalez. 5:15 to go. Tie ball game, 25-23. Make that Northglernn in front.
This team moves the ball well, don't they? Charge. Boom. I tell you, I like this Lee Peters. He has very, very good anticipation. Peters has a 3.0. There's a good shot of Voss. Voss very unhappy with that call.
And the third foul on Joel Voss. I'm sure he's not too happy about that either.
I don't think Coach Lutz is either. Because now he's going to have to start using his bench.
Peters takes it into the front court. Northglernn in front, 25-23. They've led by 6. That's been their biggest. Here's Dragoo. Nice move to get around. Bounce pass, and Sanders kicked that out of bounds. It'll still be Northglenn's ball as Maurice Means checks in for the Trojans of Thornton. And Joel Voss takes a seat next to Lauren Lutz.
Means, leading rebounder on the team. 4.5, almost 5 rebounds a game.
Ball knocked out of bounds again. It'll still be Northglenn's ball.
Good first half, Bruce. Both teams playing with a lot of intensity, knowing that this is going to make the difference in the front range. Always want to secure that first place position. Takes you right into the state playoffs.
It's our first time to have a chance to look at both Northglernn and Thornton. I tell you what, they got a first-rate facility here, I'll tell you that.
Oh, they really do. Beautiful place, great crowd. Coach McCoy's done a good job, though, of really bringing the team to the community. He works hard, has basketball programs that he runs during the summer. He's very involved with BCI. There he is, Coach McCoy.
He made an interesting comment to me earlier this week. He said earlier in the season his team he felt was struggling because they were playing not to lose instead of playing to win. There's a difference.
There really is a difference. And finally he got them rolling as they went to 12-0. Ranked as high as number 3 in the state in the Goo-Man. Tom Dragoo drops that one through.
3 for 4. He's got 5 points in the game. And hits the second one. So Tom Dragoo 4 for 5, making 6 points in the game now. And Northglernn back up to a 4-point lead. It's 27-23. Gonzalez almost had himself in trouble there, able to get it away to Oni, and now he'll take the shot. That's off the mark. Chris Wendholtz in the game now for Thornton, number 42. That's Gonzalez, the jumper, won't go. And clearing the board, Lee Peters for Northglernn. Long pass gets it ahead to Leven. On Oni puts it up. That wasn't go. And Maurice Means clears for the Trojans.
Means doing a good job on the board.
And the foul and Damon Berry. We're at Northglernn High School, Bruce Gutnet, along with Dan Kramer, and you're watching American Cable TV 10.
I'll tell you, there's an example, Bruce, of quick against quick. Berry and Gonzalez. Let's take a look at this. This is 2 outstanding football players. There's Berry. And Berry thought he got to the position, but the official right there on the call said it was a little bit too much body. And Billy, All-State Gonzalez at the line.
Tell you what, after missing his first 2, he's reeled off 6 in a row.
Remember, he comes into tonight's game averaging 21 points, 2.5 rebounds, 40 steals.
Looking for his 12th point tonight. He's got it. 27-25.
Nice play.
Berry made the pass, and Peters couldn't cash in on the payoff. And Peters will draw the foul on Sanders.
You can really see, though, what the pressure from Thornton does to you. Peters was down there with a breakaway. Look at this. Behind the back, Gonzalez flips it to the outside. There's Sanders. They call the reach, and Dave Sanders will go to the line. But as we were talking about, Thornton's defense is so quick and intimidating that even when you have an open shot, you hurry it because you're anticipating the defense catching up with you.
Sanders missed the free throw.
Look at this, almost another one. I'll tell you, these Thornton guards are everywhere. They are so quick. And they have such a good understanding of the game, Bruce. They really know how to play position basketball.
Leven cut off. Back out to Peters. And Peters will be called for traveling.
There it is. There's that quickness. They put it on you. It forces you to do things you don't want to do.
Oni has it. Down low to Maurice Means. Puts it up off the glass too hard. Berry goes for the rebound, and Sanders over the back.
Nice position by Berry. Just sealed him off on the baseline. Let's take a look at this one more time. There's the inside play to Means. Nice bump. There it is. Look at Berry. Seal him off. He just sealed off Sanders, and Sanders picks up his second foul of the game. Good shot of Damon Berry, all-conference wide receiver in football.
Damon Berry at the line.
Berry, an outstanding student, 3.8 in the classroom.
Hits the first free throw. Berry's got 4 points.
Favorite athlete is Jerry Rice, the outstanding wide receiver and MVP from the San Francisco 49ers.
Didn't he have quite a Super Bowl?
Oh, he had an unbelievable Super Bowl. Bombs away.
Oni for 3.
Oni averaging just under 10 points a game.
Holstrom with Stewart out of the game might cause some problems as far as bringing the ball up, but get it in that man's hands, and you got to feel pretty good. Damon Berry. Here's Dragoo now. On the drive, lost it right to Leven, puts it up and in.
Nice job there. That time, Leven just squared up, should have shot it off the backboard, kissed it home.
30-28. Northglernn still in front. Gonzalez's shot won't go. Here's Oni getting the rebound. Down low to Maurice Means, and he has it knocked away out of bounds. It'll still be the Trojans' ball.
Nice hands by the tight end, Holstrom, at 6'4". all-conference player. Very interested in continuing to play in the college ranks as a football player, but he's just a junior.
Going baseline. It's Gonzalez puts it up, and it's going to be called for traveling.
That's an interesting call, Bruce. He went out, the shot was blocked from behind. He recovered it and went back up again. Nice defensive play by Northglernn. And you know, as hard as Thornton's played, Northglernn is still on top by 2 points.
30-28. Here's Barry left alone for the three. That one's off the mark, and Gonzalez high over everybody comes away with it. It's ahead to Reynolds, back to Oni. Tried to dish it off to Maurice Means, perhaps one too many passes, and now Tom Dragoo comes away with it.
Bringing back in Nate McBride. You see him right there coming back into the ball game.
And Sean Burrow, number 10.
Burrow, just a junior. Burrow with the ball, likes Larry Bird. I can understand why.
Leaving the jumper, hits it. Good-looking player. 10 points.
He really is. Done a good job tonight. Dunk and all.
Wenholtz and Tony can't handle it. Goes out of bounds. It'll be Northglenn's ball on the turnover.
Talk about the defensive pressure from Thornton, but Northglernn has done a good job themselves tonight playing out of that zone defense.
4 ticks of the clock, exactly a minute to go. Dragoo left free and banks it home.
Oh, he did. Just kissed it off the glass.
34-28. Northglernn back up by 6, and Dragoo has got 6 points. Coming right back. I tell you what, Dave Sanders for 3.
And they needed that one with just 49 ticks left in the half.
Give Sanders 7 for the game. 34-31 now.
Someone better play center field because you can see the home run pass coming.
Dish it in. Here's Nate McBride. Bringing it up against Gonzalez.
He's going to lose it, too.
It'll stay Northglenn's ball, though. Northglernn led 17-11 after the first quarter. It's 34-31. Still Northglernn in front.
Northglernn will work it for one good shot. Not that one. Good hands by the wide receiver.
Terry tried to do a tap dance.
Oh, McCoy didn't like that. With just 31 seconds left, Bruce, he wanted one shot. Here they turned it over, and a three-pointer could tie it up for Thornton.
And play whistle down. Referees Dave Piccone and Bob Gracie talking to both coaches, not quite sure what the problem is. And I don't think Lauren Lutz is either.
No.
Well, whatever it was has been solved, and here we go. 23 seconds to go.
They're in that deep.
Dangerous pass against Sean Burrow. Great anticipation against Gonzalez. Lays it up and in.
Oh, my. What a play by Sean Burrow, the junior. That was a big one.
Tributes.
At the right time.
Gonzalez for 3.
At just the right moment, too.
So the first half ends in a bang, in a flurry, 36-34. Northglernn still in front. Fans have every right to cheer. They've been treated to a good one this first half.
They really have. As Billy Gonzalez finishes it off with a three-pointer. And remember, one of the keys is Jeff Stewart, the 6'7", 230-pound inside player for Northglernn, was on the bench most of the first half in foul trouble with 3 fouls.
Certainly a positive for Dale McCoy as he takes his team to the locker room. They're up 36-34. We'll get to the third quarter after this timeout.
Second half.
Thornton, meantime, getting back or staying closer to this game. Billy Gonzalez with 15. Leading the way, Joel Voss and Dave Sanders each scored 7. We got a foul here.
Spins and puts it up just a little bit short.
Cross-court pass to Barry. Had a notion to shoot, and he traveled.
Tough call. I've seen more travels this year, and I'm not sure if it's because the officials are anticipating the call or if the young man just are lacking some fundamentals in Little League basketball, teaching him how to keep that pivot foot down.
There's Maurice Means trying to haul down that pass back out to Sanders, and now Voss out front.
Well, they're really having a hard time solving this zone.
Oney will try from the corner, hits it for three.
And there's an answer. I'll tell you, that's one quick way to solve it.
Second three of the game for Oney. He's got 8 points in the game. And now into Thornton, back to within a point. It's 38-37. Stewart. Shot rolls out. Stewart had 8 points in the first half.
Okay, and Means doing a good job on the board for Thornton. Gonzalez down in the corner. Nobody sees him, though.
But Stewart with 3 fouls, what it does, it takes away a lot of his natural aggressiveness. Doesn't want to pick up a 4th foul this early in the second half. Here's Gonzalez penetrating, pulls up the jumper. That bounces out, and Dragoo there for the rebound.
Good call by the official as Gonzalez just kind of driving his shoulder into him, trying to throw him off balance.
If you're enjoying watching this game, it'll be rebroadcast on American Cable TV 10 Thursday afternoon at 1:30, February 9th. Again, the rebroadcast of this game Thursday afternoon, February 9th at 1:30 on American Cable TV 10. Oney intercepts the pass intended for Stewart. Ahead to Gonzalez, lays it up and in. Well, Thornton has an advantage. It's in the transition game. They really score points off that. 39-38, Thornton back in front. First time they've led since 5-2 back in the first quarter. Here's Holstrom now. Peters looking to shoot the three, but Oney there on the defense.
Well, they really have a mismatch inside. They just can't get the ball to Stewart. He's there.
6'8" on 5'10". Oh, yeah, that's a mismatch.
It really is, but they can't get the ball inside to him. Let's take a look at this. Dragoo driving the baseline. Bang, there's a contact. Oney goes down. They call him. And just that quick.
First foul on Tom Dragoo.
Make that the third.
Okay, I'll make that the third foul on Tom Dragoo.
Oh.
Nice pass inside to Maurice Means. Pulls up the jumper, rolls in.
And Means has been very quiet. Averages 9 points a game, though. He's done a good job inside, really, for Thornton.
He's got 3 tonight. That's the margin of the lead for Thornton. 3 points, 41-38. Now here's Holstrom. Little alley-oop to Stewart inside, lows it up and in.
And that's where they need to get the ball. Look at this. Oh! Whoa! That time, I think Mr. Berry picked him clean. Oh, that was a tough call. Gonzalez trying to dip over him on that one. Let's take a look at it. Here it comes. You call it. And as part of the ball, whatever, Mr. Gonzalez is back on the line to shoot a couple more free throws.
Third foul on Damon Berry. Gonzalez, 15 first-half points. He's already hit a field goal in the second half. Give him 18 now.
Well, Northglernn, a little bit of foul trouble. Dragoo has 3, Stewart has 3, and Berry has 3. 3 of the 5 starters.
For the Trojans of Thornton, just Neil Campbell's got 4, and Joel Voss has 3. Gonzalez converts on both, and tell you what, he's hit 9 in a row since missing his first 2. He's got 19 points.
Oh! What a call by the official. That is number 4 on Jeff Stewart, and he's pushing the ball up. He's got guards on him like, please. He leans in, and they call it. Let's take a look. Watch this one. Stewart, he's going to bring it up. There's Gonzalez. Look at him. He leans in. They call that a foul. That is a tough one to go down on.
Gonzalez, meantime, puts up the shot. That's off the mark, but the long rebound embraced by Oney inside to Gonzalez. Puts it up. That doesn't go, but he draws the foul. And Thornton is starting to take control here in the early going.
And McCoy very quickly wants a timeout.
Good timeout.
Come back, look at this drive. Good body, pulls it back. Contact, goes back to the line.
Thornton in front, 40.
All right, while we have a chance, we might mention Jim's Burger Haven, where you get a square meal on a round bun. Right there, 595 East 88th That's 88th and Pearl, Jim's Burger Haven. And when we select our American Cablevision player of the game, they will receive a free meal from Jim's Burger Haven, 1 large double meat cheeseburger, 1 fry, and 1 soft drink. And we appreciate Jim's Burger Haven joining us tonight. Good shot of Dale McCoy. He's also the boys varsity tennis coach, as he was selected the tennis coach of the year when he was at Columbine in the Jefferson County League.
American Cablevision has a special offer for current customers. Order HBO, Cinemax, or the Disney Channel and save 50% or more off the regular connection fee. Connect for $12.50 or even less. Call American Cablevision for the details at 450-2200 to order and for more information. Well, Billy Gonzalez and certainly making his pitch. He maybe can see himself sitting down for a burger at Jim's Burger Haven and enjoying a hot chocolate and that American Cablevision mug. Who knows?
That is exactly right. The talented young man right there. All-state football on his way to CSU. Average is 21, but he has that average, I believe, right now.
He exactly does. 21 on the button. He's hit 12, making 13 straight free throws.
Had 15 at half.
Inside, leaving, losing it, and I tell you, there's a loose ball. 9 times out of 10, this Thornton team's going to pick it up. It's like radar. Here's Gonzalez again, quickly into the front court.
Boy, they're pulling him out now. Tell me this is not Dean Smith right here. 4-corner offense. There you can see the North Carolina influence. Good hands.
Holstrom. Picking Sanders clean.
Woo! That was a nice play by Holstrom, the big tight end.
45-40. Thornton with their biggest lead. Inside to Dragoo. He wasn't really ready for that pass. He'll take it on the drive, puts it up, and off.
Nice play by Dragoo. You know, he looked like he was a little bit lost, and then all of a sudden he just powered to the basket. He said, hey, let's go with it.
His basketball instincts took over.
I think they did. Let's take a look. There he comes right there on the power move and tries to lay it up off the glass. A little hard, but he will go to the line to shoot 2. And remember, Dragoo also has 3 fouls. At 6'8", Dragoo looking to go to Fort Lewis University. And he's a late bloomer. Coach McCoy very pleased with his development.
I think Dragoo has about a 4-8 hang time in that free throw he usually shoots.
He really does.
That one goes to the rafters.
But when it drops, nothing but the bottom of the net.
And of course, Tom Dragoo now taking on a little more importance because Stewart saddled with the 4 fouls. He'll be shouldering most of the scoring. And Voss hits another one, so it's 47-42.
This team is so quick. I tell you, we're watching an upset in the making. Look at Voss. Good play by Voss. Nice play by Damon Berry.
Now Thornton looking to equal the season series. They lost the first one 69-59. And remember, Dale McCoy, the Northglernn coach, said he felt his team had to hold Thornton under 60 points to win. They've got 47. We got 3.5 to go in the third quarter. Inside to Levin.
Boy, look at these kids. They're so quick. Another turnover.
Here comes Sanders. Credit the defense there. Credit Voss and Odney.
That was nice hands again.
Back comes Dragoo. Oh. And Voss stripping the ball, but also got a piece of Dragoo, and that'll be the 4th foul on Joel Voss.
And that's a big one on Voss, as he's one of the ringleaders of that attacking defense. Dragoo did a good job of getting out on the break. Let's take a look at it, make the call. There it is, there's Voss. We saw one of those down the other end, Damon Berry on Gonzalez, and I think it came right back here. Voss on Dragoo.
And Dragoo misses the free throw. He's got 12 points in the game, 6 for 8, 6 for 9 make it from the line. Chris Wentholtz coming in and Joel Voss going out.
Good shot of Tom Dragoo, the 6'8" senior's favorite subject is math. Missed them both.
And quickly, here comes Oni again into the front court. Having a little bit of problem trying to find somebody. Finally gets it off to Gonzalez. Under 3 minutes to go now. Third quarter, along with Dan Kramer, I'm Bruce Gutenack.
Oh, Gonzalez wide open at the free throw line. Didn't want to shoot it. This is an exciting team. They play ball.
Gonzalez lost. Berry with the fake, puts the jumper up.
Nice spin move by Gonzalez.
23 points for Billy Gonzalez. Almost half his team's total, 49-42. Is Peters' shot for three. That's off, and here comes Thornton. Look out. Sanders right up the middle, puts it up and in, coast to coast.
What a sweet move.
And Dale McCoy makes a change. Here comes Nate McBride back in.
Look at this move. Watch him right at the defensive player, then he switches it to his left hand, lays it softly off the glass. Nice play by Sanders, averaging 10 a game.
Thornton on a 14-2 run. Here's Lavin off the glass.
And Lavin really has played well tonight when they got on the ball. Oh, tough call. This Peters is tough defensively. Comes in from the blind side, but the official right there calls the foul.
51-44.
Also, Chris Winholtz is back in and into the ball game for Thornton, number 42. 6'2", 160-pound senior. Good shot of Lauren Lutz from Northglernn.
Second foul on Lee Peters. Northglernn fans have had a lot to cheer about this winter. Basketball team, the boys basketball team, off to a great start. Only one loss, and of course the Northglernn girls basketball team won the title last year. Another very, very fine team this year.
Oh, they're strong. Lawrence has done an outstanding job. Has them ranked top of the state behind Boulder.
The only loss was to Boulder, and no doubt those two, you got to feel, are going to probably meet somewhere again down the line.
Really are. Remember, they had a state title a couple of years ago. Last year they made it to the Final Four. Let's take a look at that foul one more time. Here's the drive to the baseline. There's Peters. There's a little reach by Means.
That's the fourth foul on Maurice Means.
I tell you, this is getting to be a chess match here between McCoy and Lutz.
Joel Voss, Maurice Means, and Neil Campbell, all with 4 fouls for Thornton, as checking back into the game.
The key piece for Northglernn is Stewart.
Neil Campbell coming back in. He's got 4 himself. Here's Dragoo, gets the rebound, the second chance, puts it in. 51-46. Northglernn back to within 5. Hallstrom hits the floor. Here's Campbell, fakes the shot with Dragoo all over him. Probably a wise move, and knocked out of bounds. It'll stay Thornton's ball.
I want to spread that offense again. There's Lauren Lutz from Thornton. He's going to run that North Carolina offense.
Gonzalez at the controls. Back out to Sanders now. He'll reset. And Sanders went a little too far. Mental mistake.
Oh, boy, I tell you, Coach Lutz is so upset. Sanders not realizing where he was on the floor.
Here's Peters on the drive. Does go, but Lavin with the tap.
This Lavin has great legs. I like his intensity.
Did you ever do that, Dan, when you played? Over the back line like that?
You know, I can't remember ever doing that, Bruce. Yeah, I've done it before. It's easy to do, too. Let's come back and look at this replay. Inside. Oof.
First casualty of the game, Neil Campbell is going to foul out. Picked up his 5th foul.
I just hope the officials let the kids determine the outcome of this ball game.
It has been a good one, 51-48. Now it's Northglernn trying to come back after leading for most of this game. Thornton's turned around here in the 3rd quarter.
Coach Lutz has to put in Kevin Love, a junior varsity player, into the ball game, with Campbell fouling out.
Kevin Love played a little earlier in the JV game, had a big part in the 64-61 win for Thornton.
Nice shot of Campbell. Also an Honor Society member and a soccer player, but he is going to be sitting down the rest of this ball game.
Lavin misses the free throw, and coming away with it is Trent Oney. Oney still in control. 45 seconds to go, 3rd quarter. 51-48, Thornton in front. Cutting, here's Sanders up the paint lane, puts it up, it doesn't go. Here comes Dragoo. Had Peters open on the right. 25 seconds to go.
Low cut. They're going for one shot.
Barry checking to see what Coach McCoy wants to run. Here's McBride now in the corner, guarded by Love. Back out top to Peters. 12 seconds to go. Peters starts to drive. Cut off, and Sanders making the foul.
You can see that one coming, too. As soon as Peters started dribbling towards the middle of the field, of the court, you could see Sanders setting him up for it.
Third foul on Dave Sanders.
What an outstanding ball game we've had tonight right here on American Cablevision. We're looking for our American Cablevision player of the game, and there you can see the reach foul. That's a tough one as Peters goes to the line. Jim's Burger Haven is giving a free meal to American Cablevision's player of the game.
Peters with 6, missed it, and Dragoo got the inside position, scores it, and he's got a chance to tie this one up.
That's the size factor one more time. Let's take a look at it. Goo-Man just goes up over everybody, gets it, and sticks it back in.
And with Stewart out, Dragoo really starting to assert himself. He's got 16 points, and Matt Holstrom getting ready to check back in for Northglernn.
Also, Steve Howard coming back in, a sophomore for Lutz.
And Dragoo completes the three-point play. We are tied 51-51 and 7 seconds to go here in the third quarter, and Dragoo is going to take a seat.
There's a good shot of Lutz. He is extremely unhappy. Had a 6-point lead, and here it is tied up with just 7 seconds left.
Lutz says, move it up, move it up.
You got to get a shot off. You can't dribble the ball up the floor like that.
51-51. We should have a dandy of a final. We'll be back.
Hey, yo, buckle up. Don't even press your luck. I can tell you over and over, but it won't be enough. Some say it ain't cool, but that's irrelevant. Don't be a fool. Say you don't need it. You must be crazy. A lot of other people thought they did.
Billy Gonzalez leading the way for Thornton with 23 points. He's one of the best players we've seen, but last night, pretty good performance turned in by Green Mountain's Derek Cheney, 50 points.
Talking about 51-51 in the third quarter. Cheney scored 50 points by himself last night as Green Mountain beat a very good Golden team. And I think Derek Cheney, one of the top players in the state, but he did one of the things that Billy Gonzalez has done tonight. He shot a lot of free throws, had 26 attempts last night. And what do we have on Gonzalez already? He has about 13.
13 for 15 from the line.
Reach foul on Peters. How to put him at the line, 1-1. Also, Howard is into the ball game. The sophomore, Coach Lutz, left him in.
Steve Howard, 24 for Thornton. Dave Sanders at the line, though, trying to break a 51-51 tie. Sanders joins the double-figure club. That's his 10th point, right at his season average.
You know, Sanders really has a soft touch. That is the third free throw he's made like that, where it's just touched the front of the rim and rolled in. That's a sign of a nice touch. Didn't get that one to go, though. What a ball game we have on our hands tonight, Bruce.
He didn't get it to go, but they gave him the point. Should be 52-51. It's 53-51.
Maybe they gave him 2 for that first free throw, right?
Here's Levin. He'll take it on the drive, puts it up, and rolls out, but drew the foul.
Let's see if they'll pick up on that. I don't think anybody's picked up on the fact that he only made 1 free throw.
First personal foul.
Well, Lauren Lutz isn't saying anything.
No, he's not. Coach McCoy picked up on it, though, and it was quickly corrected. It's now 52-51.
Levin's got 14, making 15 points.
Levin's having an outstanding ball game. He's all conference in football. He's a defensive MVP for Northglernn. 3.1 grade point average. I'll tell you, he is a nice player. Good body, good legs.
That one's out. Nice rebound by Barry. Dishes it off to Peters. He can't bank it. And coming away with it is Thornton. Well, a golden chance for Northglernn to break the tie, 52-52. Northglernn back to the man-to-man. Oney dishes it off to Wenholtz, guarded by Barry. He put the shot up, rolls out, And come away with it is Levin. Ahead to Peters. I think that McBride took the shot. That banked it too hard and knocked out of bounds. It'll still be Northglenn's ball.
Nice job, though, by Gonzalez of slowing that break down and forcing Peters to shoot the ball. If you're a young player and you have two offensive players against you, 2-on-1, you want to try to slow the ball down, force them to take an outside shot, just like Billy Gonzalez did there. You don't want to let them take it to the glass.
Inbounds pass deep to Peters. 7 minutes to go in the game. We're tied at 52. Inside to Holstrom. Having trouble controlling the ball. Gets it over to McBride. Now he almost loses it. That's the guy you want to have it right there, Damon Berry. On the drive, puts it up and count it.
That was a big-time play by Damon Berry. Oh, my. Talk about body control. Let's come back and look at that one more time. Look at Berry come to the middle and spin. Here's one. Gonzalez right on him. Another one. Boom. Oh, my. Look at that body control as it goes in and counts it. That's a big, big basket for Thornton. I mean, for Northglernn.
Northglernn in front, 54-52. Berry looking to make it a three-point play when he comes back from this timeout. Meantime, American Cablevision has a special offer for current customers. Order HBO, Cinemax, or the Disney Channel and save 50% or more off the regular connection fee. Connect for just $12.50 or even less. Call American Cablevision at 450-2200 to order and for more information.
Let's take a look at that one more time. Here's Damon Berry from another angle. Leans in, body, banker, good. Nice body control. And he'll come out of the huddle trying to finish that three-point play. Good shot of the Thornton bench, led by Lauren Lutz, former All-American from Alamosa High School.
6 points for Berry.
Remember, we're looking to select our American Cablevision player of the game, who will receive a free meal from Jim's Burger Haven, located at 595 East 88.
55-52.
Big play by Berry.
Gonzalez hits the court. And Damon Berry going to be saddled with the foul. That's his fourth.
All right, look at the pressure down the sideline. Berry just gets his foot tangled up in there. They call a foul. I tell you, it's tough to make those kind of calls.
That's the one person you don't want at the line tonight for Thornton. He's hit 11 in a row. 11 for 13 from the line.
Short on that one. Berry has 4. Stewart on the bench with 4, and Dragoo with the ball also has 3.
McBride cut off by Gonzalez. Down low, it's Levin, puts it up and in.
And that's just power. Inside, he has such great legs. He just powers to the basket. I really like his game. Coach McCoy uses him off the bench.
17 for Levin. And they've needed it because Stewart has not played much this second half. He hasn't been a factor, really.
Sanders will get to the line as they call Levin for going through. And Levin picks up his third foul. You know, Bruce, I think this game has been played just as you would expect from two rivals like Thornton and Northglernn. Good shot of McCoy saying think.
Northglenn's moved out to a 5-point lead. Make it 4. This really has been a game where both teams have had their moments, their flurries, their runs, but each time the other team has come back, as you would expect. Sanders hits them both. He's got 12.
Northglernn on top in the league with an 8-1 record, and Thornton right behind them at 7-2.
Gonzalez saddled with the foul. That's his third. You know, we've seen Littleton play. We've seen Rangeview play. Manuel's got another outstanding team everybody knows. Northglernn came into this game in the top 5. A lot of good talent. What about Northglenn's chances when you look at a Littleton, when you look at a Manuel?
Well, you know, that's interesting. When you talk about this team, they're a combination. They have good power, good size inside, but they also have some pretty good quickness. I've been impressed with what they've been able to do defensively. So I think that they can play with any of those teams with their own style. As long as they play their kind of basketball, I think they can play with any team in the state. They can match up with a team like Manual, and I think they have the quickness to go up against a team like Littleton. Stewart came back into the ball game. Look at Gonzalez.
Peters hit 1 of 2, and Gonzalez back at the other end. Billy Gonzalez, he has played a game, 27 points.
Walk. There's a walk.
And Maurice Means again, the defense. 58-56, exactly 6 minutes to go. And Thornton looking to tie things up again. Voss driving the length, and he draws the foul. Might have been on Stewart, might have been on Dragoo. Let's check it out.
I think it's on Dragoo. Take a look at Voss. This is just outstanding quickness. We're going to see this one more time. Watch him go, boom, right by Levine. There it is. As Dragoo goes up and says, you got to be kidding me. Voss says, I'm going to the line. That's Joel Voss on the line. Number 20.
Next foul that's called, somebody more than likely is going to be gone. We got a lot of people out there now with 4 fouls. Both Dragoo and Stewart inside now with 4 fouls for Northglernn. Voss makes 1 of 2. He's got 10 points. Here's Barry breaking the press, gets it into the front court nicely. 58-57, Northglernn by 1. Dragoo leaves it for Levin. Stewart drives inside, put the ball on the court, and that's where Thornton could kill you. Gonzalez puts up the shot and turns it over.
Let's take a look at the steal. Big mistake by Stewart right there trying to put it on the ground. These kids are just too quick inside. There's Gonzalez. Was that a walk? I don't know. There's Voss with the foul.
58-57.
Crowd's been with it all night long, and they've enjoyed a good one. As we mentioned, sub-zero weather outside, but that's not the case here.
And Joel Voss is out of the game. I said next foul we'd get, we're probably going to see someone go, and indeed, Joel Voss will leave with 12 points.
Average 14 points a game, and also back into the ball game is Steve Howard, the 6-foot sophomore. A good shot of Voss, and Voss has played well tonight. Great quickness.
Thing is, though, every time Lutz makes a substitution, he doesn't lose any speed. I wonder what they raise him on up here for.
They just bring him in. They have the quickness. And Peters on the line right now. He's really played well for this Northglernn team. I like him defensively. He does a lot of things very well on the floor.
Makes 1 of 2. He's got 8 points. Here's Oni. Trent Oni, a 3-on-2 if they can get it to go, and crashing into Barry. I don't think there's any question about that. Offensive foul. Lauren Lutz doesn't like it, but Dave Sanders just went barreling in.
Take a look at this one. There's Barry. Boom.
And that's the 4th on Dave Sanders.
Thornton still only 2 points down with 5 minutes to go. Look at these guys. Unbelievable.
Sanders and Gonzalez, the double pick, plays it up and in. So Sanders atones. He's got 14 points now. Dave Sanders with 14.
Averages 10. They just keep coming at you, don't they? You have to believe that when you're a Northglernn, you get tired of these little guys swatting at the ball all the time.
Jeff Stewart, here's Dragoo now. Had the shot, but wasn't looking for it.
Boy, Stewart wants the ball.
Here's Peters. That one rolls out. Dragoo knocks it out of bounds. It'll be Thornton's ball.
I'll tell you, Northglernn, I think, in the second half has not taken advantage of their big men. They just really can't get the ball inside, and that's much to the advantage of Thornton, which is such a quick team defensively. Look at this.
Beautiful play by Dave Sanders. I tell you what.
My.
And a nice pass. 61-59, Thornton in front.
Oni, what a cut. Give and go right down the lane.
Yeah, the Trojans have really impressed me tonight. 61-59. They are up by 2. Levin pulls up the jumper. Long rebound. Controlled by Dragoo. Now he loses it.
Oh! I'll tell you what, that's bye-bye Sanders. That's it. He's gone.
And that is a big, big loss. He leaves with 16 points.
Winholt's coming back into the game, and Lutz looking down the bench. Who else can I play? There's Sanders. Oh, my. He says, I had the ball. How can that be a foul on me?
See, Lauren Lutz asked Sanders, did you have the ball? Yeah, I had the ball.
Oh, my. 61-59. Thornton is on top. The Rainmaker shoots it.
Maurice Means clears the mist. And here comes Thornton. Oney back out to Gonzalez. Almost a steal by Peters. Now Gonzalez will play it off the glass and in.
He's got great legs, doesn't he? I don't think anybody's told Thornton if this is a close ball game.
29 points. Well, the thing that amazes me about Gonzalez, he's great offensively, but he's certainly not a one-dimensional player. Comes right back on the defense.
Oh, he is definitely not a one-dimensional player.
63-59.
Here comes the four corners. If Oney picks it up.
It's Means, Howard, Wenslang. Gonzalez and Oney out there now for Thornton.
That 4-point lead, they're going to try to get to the line, Bruce. They're running that four corners. What they want to do is isolate Gonzalez in the middle, let him go one-on-one, and just keep it open.
Well, Dale McCoy is going to talk things over with his Northglernn team. His team trailing here 63-59 with 3:33 to go.
What a ball game. The Front Range, Thornton and Northglernn. Both teams have had a chance, Bruce. They just can't hang on. It looks like when one's about ready to pull away, the other one pulls a rabbit out of the hat and comes right back into the ball game.
I'm going to let you be Dale McCoy. What do you think he's telling his team right now?
I think what they're saying is, let's put as much pressure on them as possible. Maybe even let them try to go to the basket and then try to take a charge. They need to get the ball back in their hands. Plus, they can't let the clock run down. So they've got to deny, maybe make it look like they can go to the basket and then close that lane down very quickly and try to pick up a turnover.
What about Thornton's strategy of going to the four corners with 3:33 to go?
I think with the players that they have on the floor, that is somewhat risky because they have some players that are not accustomed to being in the game at this time. Howard is very young. Winholtz is not one of their regular players, so they're going to have some inexperience. So on the other side, if you're McCoy, you might say foul one of those two. Let's see what they do with the ball. There it is. Gonzalez trap him. He pulls it out.
Billy Gonzalez, look for him to do the bulk of the ball handling here. Dishes it off to Howard. Now back out top to Maurice Means. 3:20 to go.
They need to stop this pass. Seal it off. Oh, my. Peters didn't even see that one. Went right by him. There's 3 seconds.
Back out to Oney. 3:08 to go. And finally the foul. And if that's on Damon Berry, that's it for Berry. That's a big loss.
That is a big loss. That gives him the floor general out of the game. That takes him out of the ball game. Oh, that's a tough one. I'll tell you what, though, Sean Burrows made a big play just before half, and he comes into the game. Let's see if he can pull another one out like that.
Berry will lead with 7 points. But again, his role is really not to score. They'll miss him more for his leadership and his ball handling abilities. Trent Oney at the line. Oney tonight. Pair of 3-pointers and 1 for 2 at the line. 7 points.
Make it 8.
64-59. Thornton by 5.
You think that Thornton can feel this game a little bit, Bruce? You can just see they're starting to slap hands. That's a look of confidence. You know, and that's important. When you have that confidence, then when the game gets tight, you can step up with the line and just relax and shoot it because you know you're going to win. Good job. Good job by the official.
Gonzalez a little late. Now Gonzalez has 4.
I'll tell you what, though, Gonzalez is clever. He really uses his body well. He doesn't reach with his hands. He kind of runs into you with his body. He just kind of runs you out of bounds and says, well, wait a second, I was here. Smart young man. That's why he was such a great defensive back for Thornton, is he really played position defense, really took it away from the wide receivers.
Here's Lee Peters. He's 2 for 4 from the line. Big free throws here. He's got 9 points, 65-60. Northglernn back to within 5.
These are good ball games for both teams, Bruce. It's good for them to play a pressure game before the state tournament comes.
State stay 65-60. Second one is off. Again, the importance of the game. A Thornton win will knot things up at the top of the Front Range League at 8-2. Northglernn coming in 8-1. Thornton 7-2.
Dave Dragoo almost went out on that one with the reach foul.
Here's Gonzalez. Burrow guarding him. Back out now to Maurice Means.
They got to trap him. They got to trap him.
Down low to Wenholtz. Inside now to Oni. And Oni will travel.
That's exactly what you want to do. You want to force them to make a play, and that's exactly what happened.
2:28 to go. Stewart. Now with Barry out, Peters will bring it up. Here's Levin. He's played a fine game tonight. 17 points for Rob Levin. Inside to Stewart. Little lob pass, puts it up and in, and Stewart used his body well there.
Boy, he really did. He wanted the ball, and they got it to him. He just went up and strong-armed it, pulled it down, and that was a big-time move. Look at it right here, replay. Look at him go up. Two defenders, body, counted.
Think this game doesn't mean something to Jeff Stewart. He's got 10.
Averages 18 a game and 12.5 rebounds.
Make it 11.
Stewart has 4 fouls. Needs to be careful. Gonzalez is the type of guy that's going to get you in trouble.
65-63. Northglernn coming back now. Look at Stewart. Even though he's got 4,
they're in trouble.
He's playing it tight. Here's
There's
Oni.
the trap.
Oh, and Oni again.
What a ball game. Northglernn again. We're talking about that pressure defense. Who comes out and plays it? Northglernn. They get them down in the corners. Then you want to trap and seal them off, Bruce. They just can't get the ball back out then.
And Lauren Lutz wants a timeout. And he'll get it. 65-63. Thornton is in front. We got 1:49 to go. And we'll be back with the final 1:49 after this timeout.
There is a field of science that believes many of the secrets.
Thornton in front, 65-63. The fans here have been treated to a good one. It certainly made the trek in the cold weather worthwhile, I think. On the throw-in, it'll be Rob Levin. Gets it into Sean Burrow, and here comes Northglernn. A chance to tie or take the lead.
I'll tell you, I'm having such a good time, Bruce. I want this one to go into overtime. It is fun to watch these ball clubs play.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind staying out of the cold weather a few more minutes longer, really.
Get it into Stewart.
Dragoo, the shot, forced it. And here comes Maurice Means. And a foul on Dragoo, and that is 5 on Tom Dragoo.
That was a tough shot. I'm not sure why they didn't go inside to Stewart, exercise a little patience, let him power move. Let's take a look at it. Over to Levin. There's Dragoo right in the middle. You could see Stewart was inside, but the ball just didn't come off the rim right.
And Dragoo will leave with 17 points.
Maurice Means on the line, averaging 9 points and 5 rebounds, and he played very well tonight, Bruce. Defensively, he's been a big factor. He's done a good job of shutting down or neutralizing the inside game of Northglernn.
Means got 3 points tonight.
Scott Johnson comes into the ball game.
Number 33, Scott Johnson for Thornton. Rolls out, so Means misses a big one. And again, Northglernn a chance to tie or go ahead. Here's Holstrom. They're looking to get it inside to Stewart. He's drawing a crowd. They do get it inside. Here's Stewart. Shot, no, go.
Oh! And he could have tipped up that one. He was up that high. He could have slammed it home.
We're tied. A minute to go. 65-65. Levin with 19. Here's Gonzalez. Puts it up and in, but he was fouled way before the shot. He'll shoot a 1-and-1.
And here's what we talked about. Gonzalez quickly running over to his coach to hear what he has to say. The rest of the team over on the sideline now, Bruce, figuring out which full court defense they're going to put on him. I think they're going to trap. I think they're going to come out and play a trapping defense.
Well, this is the guy you want on the line when the game is on the line, as it is. Billy Gonzalez, 29 points tonight. He's 11 for 14 from the free throw line.
I'll tell you what, every time we've had this young man on TV, football or basketball, he has played well. Prime time, Billy Gonzalez as he comes through.
66-65. Steve Howard getting ready to check in for Thornton. Hits them both. 31 points for Billy Gonzalez, and back out comes Scott Johnson.
I tell you what, Scott Johnson was so nervous to be in there. His face was pale. Big ball game.
Inbounds it to Lee
Here they
Peters. 55 seconds to go. 67-65. Thornton in front by 2. Here's Levin. Back to Holstrom. Puts up the shot and good.
Oh! What a touch! The baby touch!
First points of the game for Matt Holstrom. Couldn't have come at a better time.
6'4" junior, a running one-hander. I'll tell you what, I would not want to be isolated with Billy Gonzalez out front if I were Sean Burrows.
30 seconds to go. Lauren Lutz is going to call a timeout. And he'll get it with 27 seconds to go. I like that. 67-67.
Nice call by Lutz. Breaks the momentum a little bit, gives his team a chance to settle down. Now, if I were Dale McCoy, I'll tell you what, I would leave Jeff Stewart right in the lane. I'd leave him home, Bruce. I wouldn't have him chasing Maurice Means. I'd leave him right in the huddle. Let's go. Let's go to the huddle and listen to what Lauren Lutz has to say.
Billy, if you've got it, go to the basket, go to the bucket. When you get back, all 5 guys have to go to the board. The rest of the game, you have to bounce the way out. We don't have this. We're going to go for the last shot when it's done. So you do the motion offense, and you just keep swinging. Now when the bench all stands up, there's 10 seconds left. Bench stands up, there's 10 seconds left. Go to the basket. Don't jump, listen. Don't jump the guy's chest.
Northglernn strategy.
If I were Northglernn, like I said, I would leave Jeff Stewart in the lane. And if they want to drive the middle, because that's where they're going to the basket, I'd leave Stewart in the lane to pick up any loose garbage or reject anything that comes in there. He doesn't need to play Maurice Means. Oh my, look at that isolation. That almost worked. What a call by Lutz. Gonzalez almost snuck one in the back door for a layup.
18 seconds to go. Gonzalez. Expect him to take the shot. 12 seconds to go. They're clearing out for Gonzalez. He'll force it up, puts it up, doesn't go. Rebound. And they're going to jump it up with 4 seconds to go. And it's Northglenn's ball. Unbelievable. I'll tell you what, just give that one to the athletic ability of Rob Levin as he went up over everybody. This young man can sky. Really wasn't a good shot by Gonzalez. He had a man all over him. Probably not the shot he wanted, but credit the defense on Northglernn. 67-67. Got a 4-second play?
Definitely have a 4-second play. You put it down full court to the big fella underneath and just see if he can go up and tip it in or grab it and put it in off the glass. You might run a little motion to try to free him up, run a backside pick or something, but I'd get the ball to the basket as quickly as I could, and let's see what Jeff Stewart can do for him.
Of course, Thornton's got a double problem. Obviously, they don't want him to hit the shot, but they can't foul either.
No, they cannot. And that makes it tough, because if you're Northglernn, you can go right at him. Now, on the other hand, though, the officials might have to make a tough call here, because Thornton will try to take that charge. Now, let's see if you can go 4 seconds. Go full court 4 seconds. I remember Danny Ainge, when he played for Brigham Young, went full court against the Irish, the Fighting Irish from Notre Dame, to win that one. So it is possible. There he goes with a baseball pass. Back court, no call.
There's Leva with 2 seconds. He'll put it up. And we're going to overtime, folks.
Oh, my. We couldn't have scripted that one any better. Great rivalry between Thornton and Northglernn, and I think this is the way you would expect this ball game to go.
That somehow really seems fitting, doesn't it?
It really does. Northglernn won the last outing between the two. They're 8-1 in the league. 7-2 is Thornton. Billy Gonzalez just having a career night tonight.
Gonzalez with 31, but other start. Rob Levin has come off the bench. He's got 19 points. Really picked up the slack when Jeff Stewart was saddled with all that foul trouble. And now Tom Dragoo is out of the game. More importance, more of the burden falling on Rob Levin.
Really Yes, this young man had a big tip there. As I mentioned, he could have tip dunked it. And there, you can see some very appreciative Northglernn fans. 3 minutes go up on the clock for the overtime.
Yeah, I might check this game out again. You can see it, the rebroadcast of this game. 1:30 Thursday afternoon, February 9th. Again, the rebroadcast of this game. 1:30 Thursday afternoon, February 9th on American Cable TV 10.
I'll tell you, there might be some people down at McNichols Arena watching the Nuggets and the Utah Jazz, but there's not a doubt in my mind everybody that came here tonight is enjoying this one.
Here we go at the 3-minute extra period. 67-67. Tap is controlled by Northglernn. Sean Burrow inside to Stewart. Puts it up short. And Oni, with the defensive pressure, gets it to Gonzalez.
That was a big shot. Northglernn needed that first 2 points. If they get behind, again, it's that cat and mouse game.
And again, Thornton playing a little four corners. Here's Gonzalez, picked up the dribble. Now he's in a little bit of trouble. Gets it over to Johnson. Now Oni has it.
And Johnson has not seen that much time tonight.
Oh, big time try by Oni, but he blew the layup.
Oh my, who comes down with it? That's right, Rob Leben.
Remember, if you're a Thornton fan, Dave Sanders is on the bench, and so is Joel Voss. 2 of their 3 top leading scorers. Here's Stewart inside, puts it up and in.
That's a power move. He just took it to the glass. He knows he has the advantage.
Northglernn gets the first 2 in OT at 69-67. Gonzalez, this shot won't go.
Gonzalez has 4 fouls, so he has to be careful on the reach. Remember, both Sanders and Voss are on the bench.
Holstrom puts it up and in. Oh, wait a minute. Offensive foul.
Hold the ball.
No basket. Offensive foul. That takes some courage to call one like that.
Maurice Means. Let's take a look at it one more time. Here comes that sweeping one-hander by Holstrom, the 6'4 junior. Look at this. Yes. And Maurice Means, another big play. I tell you, he may not put a lot of points on the board, but he does a lot for this team. Not a good foul. Not a good foul there.
Tried to trap Gonzalez. And Sean Burrow will get the foul.
Had to get his foot over the sideline and try to turn Gonzalez. Let's go back to that offensive charge one more time. Look at the one-hander. Boom, there's Maurice just standing there. He gets it. He says, oh, please give it to me.
Now, do you think the basket should have counted?
They say that I thought it looked like he did release the ball before he made contact. But in high school, they don't count it on the charge.
69-67. Gonzalez, a chance to tie it up.
Pressure. That's what all-state athletes are made out of. They love it when it's crunch time.
32 points. Hits them both.
I tell you, 40 years from now, and Billy Gonzalez is sitting at home in his rocking chair, he'll be able to run this one back and show his grandchildren how he put through 2 in the last seconds for Thornton.
He scored 33 of the team's 69 points. We're in overtime. 69-69. You've just tuned in, you've missed something. Holstrom.
He's feeling it, isn't he?
Holstrom puts it up, doesn't go, and Means again with the rebound.
It's a tough time to take a shot like that. Again, why not just be patient, get the ball into Stewart, let him power the ball to the glass. They don't have anybody to match up with him.
Here's Trent Oni now. He's got 4 fouls. Gonzalez has 4.
Peters, they want to get the ball to Gonzalez. Peters is doing a good job.
5 seconds, call. And Lauren Lutz points to his head and says, think. 58 seconds to go. 69-69. Big turnover.
It was a difficult call. Good defense again by Northglernn. Both these teams have played exceptionally well.
And this is going to be one of those games where you really hate to see someone lose.
That's really true.
An awful lot riding on this one. A Northglernn win, they're pretty much in the driver's seat. Stewart loses it, out of bounds. So Northglernn gives it right back.
Oh my, both these teams all want to win it so bad, but they just can't seem to finish it off. There's the double. Oh my, Burrow's one step away.
35 seconds to go. 69-69. We were tied at 65 at the end of regulation. Make that 67.
Winholtz hiding in the corner. He says, I'm not supposed to do this. Oh!
Here's Trowney in the lane. Rolls out, fouls his own rebound. Oney. So Oney atones for the turnover. 71-69, 10 seconds to go. Here's Burrell. Holstrom had the shot. There's 8 seconds. Peters to Stewart inside. Oh, unbelievable! We're going to double overtime.
I tell you, we couldn't have scripted that one any better. What a ball game. The score is wrong. It is 71-71. They didn't count that one basket.
Lord Lutz made darn sure they did.
Oh, look at him. Look at him. What are you doing? Woo! The official right there says, okay, we got it. 71-71. Oh, I tell you, couldn't have scripted it any better. A great rivalry, Northglernn and Thornton, and this one is for really the lead in the front range. Let's take a look at this one. Goes back outside. Look it. Right back in, lays it in. That's great follow on your own shot. Now it's coming all the way down, and they played around with it, and then inside to Stewart. Stewart kisses it off the glass with just 4 ticks left.
Heck of an effort by Oney, and Stewart comes back. The game's on the line. You go to the money players, and Jeff Stewart comes through.
Here comes, let's see him. They'll move the ball around. That's Burroughs right there. He had the lane. He almost went too far. Holstrom, he says, I've had enough of those last second shots. Look at this play by Peters. I told you I like this young man. He has great skills, reads really well. Nice pass. Stewart put the hand up. I love it right here on American Cablevision. Couldn't ask for a better ball game on a cold, cold night like this.
We're in double overtime. Along with Dan Kramer, I'm Bruce Gutnick, and you're watching high school basketball coverage on American Cable TV 10. Double dribble, double dribble. Another mental mistake.
Peters had a chance to drive, but he pulls it out. Oney calling.
Gonzalez ahead to Howard, lays it in. Took one too many steps. Little anxious.
Not bad, though, by the sophomore. You make the call. You make the call. Yep, no doubt about it. He did get one too many.
He could fill the lane pretty fast, though.
Yeah, he sure did. Not bad. Little sophomore. He's going to be around for a couple more years.
Burrow out front. Damon Berrigan is fouled out. Thornton, Sanders, and Voss have fouled out. Dragoo also fouled out for Northglernn. Here's Stewart inside. Feeds Levin, puts it up, and rolls in.
Oh, Levin has just had a ball game. They've been doubling down on Stewart, and Levin just breaks the middle. Good job of Stewart finding the open man. Leads his team with assists.
21 for Levin, 73-71. Back comes Gonzalez. Can't get it to go, but look at him scrap for the ball. Gets it back to Howard. Here's Oney. He had the big shot to tie it. Puts it up again.
Nice play. Nice play.
Oney with 13 and some key baskets down the stretch.
Hasn't anybody talked to these kids about nerves? They're playing. This is great basketball at the high school level.
Here comes Burrow. Dishes it off to Levin and puts it in. Credit Sean Burrow with that one.
You bet. Levin's having a career night tonight. I'll tell you, he's playing well. There's another one. Look at him.
Oney.
Oney has just taken over in the overtime.
If it wasn't somebody else's line, this game might be worth a few oh my's. Here's Stewart, puts it up, and rolls out. There's Means with the rebound, knocked out of bounds. Thornton's ball.
That's a tough call. 1:13 to go. We're all tied up at 75. Take a look at it down low. Stewart steps back, shoots at rim rattler. Nice play. They called it.
Turnover, 1:05 to go. Here comes Burrow. It's Rat Ray basketball. Up and down. Levin. On the follow. Doesn't get it to go. We got a foul.
And Levin is there with the answer one more time. As strong as Oni has been at the one end, Levin has been there at the other. Look at this. Nice play, though. Good hands by Gonzalez. No call. There's Levin. And the foul.
That's it for Maurice Means, and that is another big-time loss. He has played his heart out tonight.
And he has played so well inside against much bigger players in Dragoo and Stewart and Levin.
He only scored 3 points, but he had 7 rebounds and many at crucial times.
Good shot there of Maurice. Outstanding ball game by the young man. That has to hurt when you go out with just 1 minute left in the second overtime.
Well, here's been the story of the game for Northglernn. Chance to put his team ahead.
Yes.
A little bit tight on the follow-through, but it was enough to get it to go down. He's got 24 points. 76-75. Northglernn in double overtime.
Couldn't ask for a much better ball game at the high school level.
Almost a carbon copy.
I'll tell you, if you're going to have a career ball game, you might as well have it on TV.
Here's Oni again.
Yes! Oh! Oni says, whatever you can do, I can do better.
Trent Oni has been on fire in the overtime. He has scored the last 6 points for Thornton. He's got 19 in the game. We're tied 77 with 35 seconds to go, and Northglernn is going to talk it over. Our score, Northglernn and Thornton all tied up at 70.
Good shot of the Northglernn huddle. There's Coach Dale McCoy saying, don't turn it over. We want the last shot.
Well, a while back, Thornton was in this same position at the end of regulation. Weren't able to convert. What about Northglernn?
I'll tell you, time will tell. 36 seconds. You know they're going to have to control the ball. Now, this is not the same defensive team that Thornton has had all ball game because Voss and Sanders, 2 of the quick ones, are out of the game. But Damon Berry's on the bench also. There's a double dribble. They missed it. Burrows touched it with his other hand.
Look for Stewart or Levin to take the shot. They've been hot. 20 seconds to go.
And Oni at 6'2" is having to play against Stewart. They just need to run it down again to 5 seconds. That's where you need to be, is 5 seconds.
Watching the clock, it's 10. Now he says go. 10 seconds to go. Here's Levin.
He'll end it. He'll end it.
Peters puts up the shot. Knocks out of bounds. 2 seconds to go. And let's see what we have.
Oh, I tell you, Peters went up to shoot that one, and his arm was so tight, he could barely get that one after the basket. You talk about pressure basketball. Oh, this is wonderful. Let's take a look. We're down to 10 seconds. There's Levin. Peters, air ball.
And with 2 seconds to go, barring somewhat of a miracle, we're headed for triple overtime.
We'll talk about this one for a long time. And Peters has played an outstanding ball game, had an open shot, but believe me, I can feel for him. Double overtime, we're all tied up. That's a lot of pressure for anybody to take care of. Good shot there, Lauren Lutz, former University of North Carolina player, in his 3rd year at Thornton. Take a look at what he's trying to do. He wants a shot on that basket. I'll tell you what, Bruce, I've learned from playing a lot of years of basketball, anytime you got a chance to throw it up at the hoop, anything can happen. If he can't get it in, he said, call another timeout.
77-77.
I'll tell you right now, though, somebody better play deep for Northglernn because they're going to send Billy down there. This young man also was an outstanding wide receiver for Thornton.
And they'll put Stewart to put some pressure on the inbounds pass. Here we go. 2 seconds to go. We're tied at 77 in double overtime.
5 seconds. They better get rid of it.
Oni wanted to call timeout and then didn't, and 5 seconds to call the turnover. It'll go to Northglernn with 2 seconds to go.
And that's enough time. I'll tell you what I would do right now. I'll tell you exactly the play I would do. I'd put Rob Levin right in the middle. I'd throw it up by the glass and let him throw it in. He can out-jump everybody. Let's go to the Northglernn huddle.
And the big thing, of course, Northglenn's going to get the ball in the Thornton end.
Take a look also at the back of the head of Stewart. He has number 50 cut into the back of his head. That's the jersey number that he wears. I'm telling you right now, I would put the ball right in the middle. I'd throw it up in the air and let Rob Levin go get it.
Well, here we go. 2 seconds. There's Levin. Yes! Yeah, they get it! Levin at the buzzer! Woo! Rob Levin!
Rob Levin, Coach Lutz' wife came down and gave him a kiss. That's a tough one, Coach. I'll tell you what, though, I do not understand how Levin got that position, though. He was the man to go to, but somehow he broke to the outside, and they put a bounce pass to him. All right, here it is. One more time. There's a bounce pass. For one thing, you need to cut down that angle if you're the man playing the inbounds passer. But they just didn't take it away, and Levin went up with those great legs. 2 seconds left. Bank shot, good. Let's see it one more time. Another angle. Bank shot, count it. And you can see Johnson jumping up in the air, holding his head.
Levin finishes with 27, none bigger than those last two there with 2 seconds to go. Actually let that shot go with 1 tick of the clock left. Banked it in, and Northglern, in dramatic fashion, sends the hometown folks home happy. 79-77 in a, well, it's not an understatement to say a classic basketball game.
We were hoping for a third overtime. I'll tell you, I really, really enjoyed this basketball game. It was fun to be here, great atmosphere, and then just some very talented basketball players.
All right, we are going to take a break, try and sort everything out. We'll be back with our player of the game and hopefully a couple of interviews there. 79-77, our final score.
This man will have a heart attack in 20 minutes. At first, he'll think it's indigestion, but the pain won't go away. He doesn't want to die. He just hasn't gotten around to the things he's been planning to do. Like lowering his blood pressure and cholesterol, losing weight and exercising instead of passively watching others. Soon he'll catch the end of the game. There'll be no overtime.
You can help prevent heart disease. We can tell you how.
Welcome back. Joining us, a victorious coach from Northglern, Dale McCoy. And Dale, I don't know, you're sitting on the bench, but we looked at it. It was a great ball game. What an enjoyment it was to watch your team in Thornton play.
You know, you and I were just talking a moment ago. For all those people who spend all that money down McNichols, all they had to be here tonight and see just how neat high school sports is. Phenomenal game. Both teams, the intensity, the emotion, the effort. It was fantastic.
You know, neither team could really seem to get control of the game. Whenever one of them would get 4 or 5 points ahead, the other team would make a run and come back.
Well, I think it happens when two good teams come to play. The game was played well. It was managed well by the officials so that, you know, there was a good flow to the game. And each team had their opportunities for little rolls, 4, 5, 6 point rolls. And it just kind of went back and forth. And I told my assistant on the bench, and they did a super job, by the way, talking with me and stuff. I said, you know, this doggone thing's going to come down who takes the last shot.
Well, it happened to be you, but it was done. You know, we talked about all the pregame and all game long about the defense from Thornton, but it turned out to be the Northglern defense that turned it over at the end on that 5-second call that gave you a chance to win the ball game.
I've been very proud of our defense. I know we gave up 77 points, but that's a good offensive team. You know, we're leading the state in defense at 50 points a ball game. And at that particular point in time, everybody did their job like they're supposed to. It fell our way.
You know, Dale, as we talked a little bit before, you know, you said it didn't matter really who won. Nice to win, but you would have hugged your kids either way because it was such a well-played game.
Oh, yeah. In a situation like that, I don't think there's anything else you can do. They played so hard, and they did everything that you're supposed to do to try to win a ball game. All the mistakes, all the good things. When something's over like that, you know, you just got to hug them and say, great job, and we got to play Tuesday.
Dale, you're 13-1, 9-1 in the league. almost locks up the front range for you. What's ahead? What do you think about your team?
Well, I think we got a very good basketball team, obviously. We still got room for improvement. We got to do a better job of handling pressure. We in our league, we play against a lot of smaller teams, and but in a way, it's really helped us because we've had to adjust to all that quickness a lot. So we got a tough game down at Greeley Central on Tuesday night. Then we got to play Rocky Mountain at our place. So we got 2 tough games ahead of us.
Coach, an exciting ball game. We're going to get our American Cablevision player of the game in, Rob Levine, who will be in here in just a second. Coach, again, congratulations to you and your team. Just outstanding.
Thank you much. I tell you what, I couldn't have done it without him.
All right. That's the successful coach, Dale McCoy. He has been a winner wherever he has been. Just his 2nd year here at Northglernn, and already he's turned that program. They're ranked in the top in the state. And when joining us is our American Cablevision player of the game, Rob Levin. And Rob, what an outstanding ball game. You came off the bench, Stewart was in trouble, and you just seemed to take over inside.
Well, we knew that if Jeff or anybody getting into trouble in the inside, then I go in and, try to do my best.
I'll tell you this, Rob, I want to ask you a question. The legs you have, can we buy those anywhere? Great legs. You just really jumped. You played very good basketball tonight, power style.
Well, Coach said that in the beginning of the season, my ability was my jumping. I'm not a very good scorer, and we've just been working on that the whole season, and Coach has done a great job helping me with my offense, and that's been a big key turnaround for myself.
Well, that was a great effort tonight. You had one tip that tied up the ball game. I'm telling you, you were up there, Rob. You could have tip-dunked that one. Did you think about that at all?
No, I really didn't think about that. I just knew that I had to get in there and try to knock it in somehow.
Well, you did have one dunk earlier in the game, but let's go to that last second play. Why don't you diagram that for us and tell us in the last 2 seconds what happened?
Well, the play was set up. Jeff Stewart was on the left side, and I was on the right side, and we have Lee Peters cuts through, and then I'm supposed to go, and Jeff comes last, and he's supposed to get the ball. But the way it worked out was that early in the game, the first guy through got the ball, so we wanted to change it. So I switched sides, and Jeff went through, and they attacked on him, and I was just left wide open.
See, Jeff could have been the hero, but he switched with you, and you had the chance. Great ball game. Let's talk about football. You're an outstanding football. What's ahead for you?
Right now, things aren't looking too good because my season of football wasn't that well out of the league. In league, I was all conference, but outside of the league, I didn't do that well. So I'm looking forward to playing, but probably at an NAIA school like Western State or Mesa State or something.
Are you going to try to walk on?
I think I could probably get a scholarship to a small college, but I was thinking about walking on to a Division I or Division II school like UNC maybe.
All right. Well, the season's not over yet. Your team moves to 13-1. You're 9-1 in the league. How do you feel about the rest of your season?
Well, we knew Thornton as being second in our league, and we were first. We knew it was going to be a dogfight between us and them to see who would come out ahead. And the whole team just got together before the game and after practice last night, and we had a meeting, and the whole team said as a whole that we would get together, and this would be our game.
All right, I think the final stop would like to be McNichols Arena in that state championship game.
Yes, sir, it would.
All right, Rob, congratulations for being our American Cablevision player of the game. We also have for you a free meal at Jim's Burger Haven.
Thank you.
All right, that's Rob Levine, and Bruce will jump in here with us, and we'll wrap it up from Northglernn High School. And what a ball game it was tonight. Double overtime, 2 ticks away from going into triple overtime. And Bruce, we couldn't have asked for much more right here on American Cablevision.
I think when the venerable Dr. Naismith invented basketball way back when, I think this is probably the kind of game he envisioned. If you didn't like this game, you didn't like basketball. Let's just put it that way.
You know, I really like Dale McCoy's comment, though. He said, win or lose, this is the type of ball game that you really just have to hug your kids because they played their hearts out. And as you mentioned, you hate to see a team lose.
We got the star performances from the players you would expect. In the losing effort, Billy Gonzalez was fabulous. He had 31 points. I can't help but feel something for Trent Oney. So many big points down the stretch, and yet the crucial turnover that with the 5-second call at the end that led to the winning basket by Levin.
And, you know, we talked about Oney. If Thornton would have won, he probably would have been the player of the game because of his outstanding play in the overtime.
And Rob Levin, of course, who was our player of the game, 27 points. Thornton losing the game, they fall to 7-3. Northglernn now in the driver's seat in the front range. They move up to 9-1 and 13-1 overall. Final reminder, this game will be rebroadcast again Thursday afternoon, February 9th at 1:30 on American Cable TV 10. For Dan Kramer, everybody else here at American Cablevision, I'm Bruce Gutnick saying so long from Northglernn High School. Our final score once again, Northglernn takes it in double overtime, 79-77. This has been an American Cable Sports presentation. So long, everybody.